Every year, thousands of people chase adventure, whether in the skies, on the seas, or in the heart of unpredictable terrain. We thrill at risk, extreme vacations, backcountry flights, military deployments, even skydiving over open ocean. But behind the adrenaline, there is something most people forget to prepare for: the unthinkable. When the stakes are high, one detail matters more than the most: protection, not just for the thrill seeker, but for those they might leave behind. This is the real story of a flight that vanished without a trace, and the legacy left in its wake. August 5, 1983, a Mooney M-20E aircraft lifts off near Grand Canyon, headed to Fullerton, California. On board, pilot Robert Wakeman, age 60. Beside him, his son-in-law, Jim Hoffman, age 41, and Jim's young son, Grant Hoffman, just 5 years old. A family trip ending in silence. After the plane failed to arrive, authorities initiated one of the largest aerial search efforts in the region's history. Over 124,000 square miles homed by the Civil Air Patrol Rangers and volunteers. For 12 days, nothing. No wreckage, no signal, no trace. The search was eventually called off. And for 8 years, the desert held its secret until 1991, when Civil Air Patrol members stumbled upon the Mooney's wreckage near Interstate 40 in the Mojave Desert, far off course. The remains of Robert, Jim, and Grant were finally found. But unlike most aviation cases, this one ended with more questions than answers, and no reported insurance policy, no non-compensation for the grieving family. Years later, a California-based law firm published a case summary. It holds a similar story, but with altered names. The widow, they said, was April W. Her husband, James H., had been on board with their son, Grant H., and her father, who was piloting the plane. The timelines matched: the disappearance, the 12-day search, the 8-year silence. It all mirrored the Wakeman-Hoffman tragedy. But this version had something the original didn't: a $750,000 settlement from an aviation insurance claim. According to the summary, April used that money to pay off debts and secure her family's future. April's tragedy was immense, but not made worse by financial ruin. There's just one thing: no public court records, no insurance filings, and no media outlets have confirmed that payout. It may have been an anonymized case. It may have been hypothetical. We may never know. But the question is, what if April hadn't had it? Let's imagine for a moment that April was real, that she truly faced the loss of a husband, her son, and her father all at once. Imagine navigating that trauma without help, without security, without insurance. Now let's imagine that the $750,000 settlement was real, and this is how the money could have transformed her journey from devastation to resilience. $150,000 to pay off a mortgage or rent a secure home for 10 years plus. $100,000 for grief counseling, legal help, and medical bills. $50,000 to cover the funeral and memorial expenses. In addition, $250,000 invested in a trust fund for her surviving children or future retirement. $100,000 for college education or retraining if she needed to re-enter the workforce. $100,000 for emergency savings and ongoing living expenses during the darkest period of her life. Now, this is what permanent life insurance can do. It doesn't bring back the lives that are lost. No. But it can prevent a second tragedy, the one that happens after the phone call, after the search ends, when grief meets unpaid bills. Whether you are a pilot, a thrill seeker, a military service member, or just someone who takes occasional backcountry trip, life, your life, holds value. And that value must be protected. Robert Wigman, Jim Hoffman, and Little Brand's story is real. Their loss is documented. And while the story of April, the widow, and the $750,000 is unconfirmed, it leaves us with an important truth: the cost of being unprepared. Unprepared is always greater than the cost of a policy. Now, let your story and the legacy that could have been be your reminder. To do what? To ensure what matters, protect who matters, and leave a legacy. Thank you very much for watching to this point. I would ask that you please kindly subscribe for more real-life financial wisdom and share this video to your loved ones, to someone who flies, rides, climbs, or serves. Talk to a licensed insurance advisor today. Thank you very much for watching, and until we see you in my next video. Bye-bye.